Hey, what's up, folks? This is Jesse with Keeping It Real Finance, channel that always has your back and tells it like it is. Well, today's video is going to be your weekly Jasmy update. So unfortunately, earlier in the week, I did not have a chance to post any other videos. It's just been a very busy week for me. But this week, we are going to be covering a lot of Jasmy news. As always, even more exchange listings. I think I counted 5, 6. I saw a post from Jazzmania that said 8. There's so many different exchange listings, it's all over the place. So we got news on that front. We've got news on the scammer front. We've got news on the Etherscan front. And as well as, we're going to be taking a look at the chart also to see what's going on. It looks like it's following exactly what I thought it would do, which is hit this bottom trend. We'll see where it goes from here, okay? So that being said, if you enjoyed today's video, make sure to hit the like button. If this is your first time to the channel, make sure to subscribe. And if you click the bell, you'll be made aware whenever I post time-sensitive content just like this. And now, let's get it going. All right, what's happening, everybody? I'm coming at you with your Friday update for Jasmy. It's been a pretty fun morning so far. I've had a lot of laughs, had some good coffee, fired up, ready to go. On a personal note, hopefully this isn't my last video. My wife purchased some theme park tickets for our family for tomorrow. So I'm going to be riding roller coasters all day, and hopefully I've still got it. I'll just leave it at that. So that being said, kicking off today's video, I've got a little bit of everything in here. So I'm going to be kind of bouncing around between Twitter to start this thing off, and then we'll kind of look at CoinMarketCap, TradingView, etc. All right. So looking first at Twitter, we're going to obviously start here with Harris Page. And I've retweeted quite a few of these already, but another week full of just listing after listing after listing after listing. A lot of these listings I've never heard about. I don't know if they're around the world. I don't know if they're in the US. I really just don't know these platforms at all, but they are listing nonstop. So one of them here from April 25th, FanBit. So it looks like we listed on FanBit with Jasmy. Moving up here, let's see here. We've got, where is it? Here you go. You got this one here. So BingX Official, yet another listing. We've got CoinTiger. Pretty cool name. Really like the graphics here. That one's pretty awesome. We've got Zenith CEX. I think there was another one or two that I've seen as well. Let's see here. Billance. Here's another one, right? So at least 5 there. I think I had posted another one, which I'm going to go back to my Twitter page here in a minute, and I'll show you the couple updates on there. But anyhow, outside of that, we also had this very bullish post here with KuCoin, where they said we'll do a weekly vote on the best trendy altcoin on KuCoin, and we'll make a video about the project on our YouTube channel. So if you click this post here, I had retweeted this one earlier in the week when this one went live. Look at that. Look who's in the lead. Jasmy leading the way, right? So it looks like we've got a KuCoin video coming out on this one. So that's really bullish. So that was pretty cool that they did that. And as I mentioned, that was a little bit earlier in the week, maybe, let's say 2-3 days ago, something like that when I posted that one, all right? So moving forward up here, obviously we had another post from Hera, another scam post saying this is a scam regarding this Jasmy League post here. Moving up from there, let's see here. Pass all the exchanges, Binance, got it. This was a pretty good one here. So it says Jasmy has been adopted by the Binance Bridge 2.0, which secures trading on BITPoint. So that's the Binance Smart Chain that they're talking about. So 9 tokens. Jasmy is one of the 9. So think of how many tokens are on Binance. And, obviously Jasmy made it to be part of this group. So I find that super bullish. That was a really big post with Binance. And also keep in mind with all of the various centralized exchanges that we're on, Binance is the biggest one. They've got the biggest amount of volume on Jasmy daily. There have been some massive buys going through also. I'm not really going to highlight that in this video, but I've seen quite a few of those. There's a couple different bots on CT that post huge buys, And people have been posting about them that on Jasmy, there have been some really large buys over the last couple of days. So found that really bullish as well. All right. So that's kind of the post here from Hera. I'm going to swing over here to my page. So on my page here, this post here where I retweeted, this is from BITPoint, and this is a promotion, obviously in looks like Japanese. So this particular post here said that if you deposit 100,000 Jasmy, you're eligible to win up to 100,000 yen in this contest. And it said 10 winners will win the yen. So I thought that was a really cool promotional contest they're doing for the Japanese users. All right. Moving up from there, I may as well just highlight this because it's pretty funny. I had seen this on Reddit where somebody said crypto 2022 expectation and crypto 2022 so far. So that really, like I said, sums it up. That's kind of, this was like Plan B's model if everything went according to plan. And this is kind of where we're at, with the current state of the market, global markets, the war in Russia, inflation, you name it, right? So just found that hilarious, right? Moving forward, so I posted a video earlier in the week regarding circulating supply where I proved to you that the circulating supply in CoinMarketCap is definitely wrong. And I'll be talking about that more in a few minutes. And I've also got a follow-up to that video, too, from another poster that I've been chatting with here on CT. So moving up even further, I posted about what's going on right now in the chart. We'll take a look at today's chart and see where this is at. But basically, we're right on that bottom trend line right now. So we'll see if we can get a rebound from there. Again, all of these exchange listings that Jasmy and Hara have been tweeting about, pretty awesome. Moving up, here's the Bilance one. Again, totally awesome. This was a really funny one by Elon, by the way, now that he's kind of like the new Twitter owner. Next, he's buying Coca-Cola to put the cocaine back in. I read that one. I couldn't stop laughing at that one. Thought that was pretty funny. Also, I did a post here where I said this is on the scammer topic. So apparently there was somebody that created a phony account to made it look like me. The funny thing is they had about 1,000 more followers, so maybe they were doing something better. I don't know. Or the bots were making them look really great. Who knows? They weren't following hardly anybody, and apparently they started reaching out to various people that follow me, and I don't even know what they were saying in the messages. But thank you to all of you who reported them to Twitter. That account was suspended and taken down. And as I mentioned here in my post, I'm not going to DM you. If you DM me, I will talk to you, but I'm not going to DM you, okay? I'm not going to direct you to WhatsApp. I've had so many scammers in that YouTube page for just months and months and months. Lots and lots of bots that I keep hiding from the channel, They try to impersonate me left and right, and they always direct you to WhatsApp. I'm never going to direct you to WhatsApp, all right? So again, if you follow me and you reach out to me on Twitter, yeah, I'd be happy to talk to you, but I'm not for the most part, I'm not going to DM anybody. All right. So if there are any more impersonators and they start reaching out to you like this or trying to get information, by all means, report them. As I mentioned, there's only one OG. All right. All right. Moving up here. So we've got our call this Sunday. Blake sent out a reminder to everybody. Got a lot of really good speakers on this call. Had some great ones last week. Each week there tends to be a couple different ones. So by all means, check that out. I may be a little bit late to the call depending on my trip this weekend because I'll be driving home Sunday. So I may be late on that one. But even if I'm not on there right away, the other speakers know all about Jasmy, can tell you everything you need to know. And, usually we kind of talk about some of the weekly news as well as answer any questions. All right. Moving forward, here was the other one, this CoinDCX new listing, Jasmy, yet another one I had not even heard of. So there you go. Pretty awesome. And then lastly, it looks like my poll finished for where I asked, should Jasmy try to get listed on Robinhood? And out of 629 votes, nearly 94% said yes. So that's pretty bullish. I tagged Hara in that I'm trying to say his name correctly. I know it's probably Hara. It's probably not Hera, but I never get names correctly on this channel. That's not on purpose. I'm trying to do it right, so I'm going to try to say Hara moving forward. So, anyways, I did tag him in this post, so hopefully he saw the results of this. I think it would definitely be another bullish listing. Okay, so that's it for those posts. Now, there was a post here from a friend of mine, this Shitcoin Fundamentals. So great screen name, by the way. I thought that was really funny. He posts this video that says, "Who is the mysterious Jasmy whale?" Right? And I saw this posting. I was like, "What is this all about?" So I watched the video. It's a really good video. He did some great research. Okay, so what he ended up doing here is there was a wallet that showed up on Etherscan. I think it was Kawashima.eth, and he traced that Ethereum wallet over to OpenSea. This was like genius, right? So he followed the Ethereum wallet from Jasmy to OpenSea, and then he followed it further to Facebook. And he tied it into this Japanese social media influencer that apparently lives in Dubai and it has a ton of Jasmy. So pretty wild there. You're no longer anonymous, I guess, right? But anyway, great post there. So I'm really hoping he puts out some more content, because that was some solid research. So I really like that one. So at some point, I don't know if we can get him on the call or not. I know he's in Europe when I was chatting with him, so I don't know if the time difference is too great for when we hold these calls. It'd be like the middle of the night. But anyways, that was a really good video. So if you get the chance, check that out, and you can see how he traces the wallet in Etherscan all the way over to this influencer. And so previously we had thought this could have been a parts supplier, that particular name, but it looks like he verified that no, it apparently is a influencer who holds this large bag. So pretty awesome job there. So give him a follow if you haven't yet. Again, real funny name, Shitcoin Fundamentals. So, but hey, he did his research. So, anyways, all right. Moving forward over to TradingView. So this is where we're sitting right now. So we're basically at the very bottom of the trend line. This is kind of what I've been expecting all week long. I thought we would, come right around here. It looks like that's exactly where we're at. We'll see if we rebound from here or what happens. As I mentioned in all my other videos, everything Jasmy does is tightly correlated to Bitcoin. And what's Bitcoin tightly correlated? Well, to the stock market, the S&P. So if the stock market's doing mediocre, Bitcoin's doing mediocre, which means Jasmy's doing mediocre. Is that any kind of direct reflection on Jasmy or the project or the team or the progress? No, not at all. Okay. So that's where we currently stand. I understand, the frustration in some people that bought at the higher levels. Totally get it. I've been buying this one since November also. Granted, I did not put in a large amount at any one time, except somewhere down here I did buy. I swapped a few coins into it, a little bit larger than I normally do. But my strategy is always a DCA strategy, a little bit every day. When you do that, you kind of have all the control. You really don't need to monitor the chart on a daily basis if you're doing a DCA strategy. So again, Jasmy is a long-term project. It's not something that's going to flip to $1 million overnight. But I do think it has all of the potential of something like a Cardano and the run that Cardano made in 2021. It could definitely do that. All right. So moving forward over here to Coin Market Cap. So on CoinMarketCap, I always like to take a look at the HODLer Wallets. So what are we doing, right? Well, just last week we were, I want to say it was on our call that we had mentioned, somebody had mentioned on the call, maybe it was Jasmy US, that we had just passed 25,000 wallets, right? Well, look where we're at today, 25,938. So 1 week later, we've added almost 1,000. So that is super bullish. So again, anybody who's focused on the actual price right now, you're really missing the mark. That's not what you need to look at. You need to look at the hodlers. Look at all of these wallets, all the people holding the coin. This is what matters. Everybody needs to understand that when they add new exchanges, they have to provide tokens to that exchange in order to be bought or sold. So therefore, it's more dilution to the market, right? I had proved in my video, as I mentioned earlier, that this circulating supply number here is way, way off. So at a baseline in that video, it was roughly about 27% at a baseline. My personal view is that it's either double that, if not higher. So I think our market cap, again, is probably somewhere around 600 million or so. So those numbers are still not accurate. When they're going to be accurate, anybody's guess. I don't know. But what I do know is that the HODLer wallets, this is accurate. So this is what's really important. We can just see it going up, up, up over time, along with these additional exchange listings, along with more people finding out about Jasmy. And this is a really bullish one. A lot of people are really starting to talk about Jasmy and look at it. I was actually looking at YouTube the other day in my analytics, and Jasmy coin is one of the top trending terms in YouTube. So very bullish on that front. All right. So in terms of the price today, 018, pretty good price. That's all I got to say. All right. Moving forward to Etherscan. So on Etherscan, really the only thing, maybe a couple things to report here today. So with the 500 million token wallets, they are still the same at 20. There's 20 of those. Regarding the 400 million token wallets, we actually dropped one. So there were 10 of these. Now there is 9, which one of them might be this one right here, this 399. It could be that some of those coins are starting to move. That could be what part of that is. All right. Outside of that, it looks like, obviously the Binance hoard of coins is very large and seems to continue to get bigger. And this is something, if you look at the percentage here, 18.6% is at Binance, just in Binance 8. Now, Binance has more wallets than that. Like if you scroll down here, here's another one, Binance 14. They've got another 394 million. If I scrolled through all 20 pages, I could find even more on Binance. I want to say when I did my breakdown, there was at least 3 or 4 Binance wallets. So Binance holds quite a lot. And going back to CoinMarketCap, let's move back over here. Let me look at the market. Let's see if we can get this to go. There we go. So the market for Jasmy, and for anybody who doesn't know this, I think a lot of people don't know this when they first get into crypto. If you want to know where a coin is traded at, all you have to do is go to CoinMarketCap and hit this market button. And these are all these various exchanges that have listed Jasmy, right? So quite a lot. Now, if you look at these, if you go on down the ladder here, some of these are really small in terms of volume. But the ones up top here, Binance is at 18.92% of the volume, nearly 18% Huobi. We've got Coinbase, Gate, obviously KuCoin. There's some additional Binance pairs here. Look at those. So there's just a ton of volume from Binance in particular. And so that's obviously why they've got those largest wallets. All right. So that kind of sums up this week for everything going on the Jasmy front. I'm going to wrap up the video now in a couple minutes with some final thoughts. Here at the Keeping It Real Finance channel, we need your support. All of the content on this channel is entirely organic, meaning we did the video on a topic that we simply like, or we did it because of a request from one of you, our viewers. So that being said, if you enjoyed today's video and would like to support the channel, there are multiple ways you can do that to help us to continue to create and level up our content. Our affiliate links will be available in the video description to cover platforms we endorse and use ourselves. Support the channel today and earn sign-up bonuses along the way. We also have a merch shop available with links below the video or directly by visiting KIRfinance.myspreadshop.com, where we offer tons of great designs and product options. We've got everyone in the family covered. Help support us by picking up merch and sharing your photo on social media. We may even send you an NFT. Speaking of NFTs, at OpenSea.io we have our NFT series, The Liberty or Death Crossroads, available now. Pick one up today and enjoy special upcoming perks and exclusive content with our planned upcoming courses, Patreon, and Discord group. If you're a reader and simply looking to step up your game in personal finance, I also wrote a book in 2015 titled Driving Through Potholes, Financial Strategy and Life Lessons for Those Looking to Rediscover the American Dream. The book is available now at Amazon in Kindle and paperback. And lastly, if you'd simply like one-on-one consulting, feel free to reach out anytime at keepingitrealsince1982@gmail.com. We greatly appreciate your support today, and now let's get back to the video. Alright, so to sum up today's video, I would probably like to kick this final thoughts off by saying it's a great time to DCA. That's kind of where we're at in terms of this chart, in terms of this market. Like I mentioned earlier, Jasmy counts on Bitcoin, which counts on the stock market. So if the stock market's mediocre, Bitcoin's mediocre, Jasmy chart's mediocre. But does anything in the stock market have anything at all to do with Jasmy, the team, the project, what they're doing, their progress, their centralized exchange listings, their technology, their patents? The answer is a resounding no. All right. So that being said, great DCA opportunity. This is what I do all along. I'm not paid by Jasmy. I'm not shilling Jasmy. I simply just like the project. I think it's a legit one, and I think definitely years down the road from this, this could be a very, very valuable cryptocurrency because it also has the utility value, personal data lockers, secure PC, on and on and on, IoT, regarding cars, you name it. There's lots and lots of opportunities for the Jasmy project, all right? So in this week's video, we had all of those other exchange listings. My poll wrapped up where the vast majority said, yeah, try to list it on Robinhood. We still haven't seen a listing yet for Gemini or Binance US. If I had to guess, I'd imagine that's probably around the corner. If anybody's wondering how these exchange listings roll out, typically when a coin wants to get listed, they'll have conversations with that exchange. They'll figure out however many coins they're going to provide for the liquidity, and then it kind of gets put in line behind however many other coins they're also listing. So just because you want to get listed on an exchange doesn't mean it's going to happen tomorrow. It means that you fall into line on the schedule, and then eventually when they decide to list it, when their turn is up, then they'll go ahead and list that coin. Think of like an airplane taking off on the tarmac. When you finally board the plane and it starts moving, you're in line behind like 12 other planes. Well, that's how these exchange listings go. And so over time, could Jasmy get listed on the Binance US, Gemini? I really don't know if there's any other really large ones outside of the whole Robinhood deal. So to be determined on that front. On the scammer front, so, Hara posted about the scam post that was on CT. I also posted about the person who was impersonating me on CT. So the scammers are out in full effect. The comments of this video, it's going to be full of scammers. Usually the YouTube videos are full of bot scammers that want you to go to WhatsApp. I am never going to direct you to WhatsApp. For the most part, I am probably never going to DM you, all right? You can DM me, that's fine. I'm happy to talk to you. I'll talk to just about anybody, all right? But I am not going to be DMing you. I'm not going to be directing you to WhatsApp. I'm not going to ask you for personal information. I'm not going to ask you for your seed phrase or anything else, all right? That's just how it is. So anyways, going back to Jasmy, we continue to add the HODLer wallets. So we've added nearly 1,000 in 1 week. Super bullish on that front. Again, my goal is for us to get to 40,000 by the end of the year. We'll see if we can do that. By all accounts, if we continue this same pace, we absolutely could do that. And so anybody who's out there posting about the price or what's happening or, Jasmy's falling, again, you have to look at all of these exchange listings. They have to provide tokens to get on that exchange, right? What that does is it can possibly dilute the price. Outside of that, we have a global market that's just sort of ho-humming along sideways. Bitcoin is doing the same thing, sideways. So Jasmy is going to have a very hard time making a super bullish run if nothing else is running, right? But none of that has anything at all to do with Jasmy, the team, the project, et cetera, et cetera. So do not focus on that. The key thing to focus on is the HODLer Wallets. All right, so more and more bullish. I've also actually seen a lot of bullish posts on Reddit lately about Jasmy. You know, the funny thing on Reddit, I usually kind of float under the radar and I'll comb through the various posts that are on there. So if you're posting on Reddit, it's very possible I'm sort of sneaking around there. You know, I'll upvote stuff and whatnot, but I haven't really posted a lot on Reddit yet. So that being said, though, Reddit does seem to have some different information that I'm not finding on CT. So you know, that's the one thing with Jasmy is it can be kind of difficult to find good information all in one spot. And this is why in my last video I made the mention that Jasmy really needs to hire a marketing manager so that we can get more consistent in the various news pieces, the updates, whatnot. So hopefully down the road they do that, to be determined. All right. So overall, that kind of wraps up our weekly update here. In terms of the chart, you know, it's sort of bouncing off the bottom trend line. If you're DCing, there's really nothing to worry about. You know, if you want to sink in, you know, a large chunk of money, well, you know, it is at the bottom of the trend. Totally up to you. That's not my strategy. That's not really anything I ever condone. I find that when you make large investments like that, that is a high-risk gambling strategy, right? Because you're going all in at once and you're seeing what happens. You put all your eggs in one basket. That's high risk. Well, a true investor does not invest high risk. We try to invest as low risk as possible. And I think really the only way that you can do that in cryptocurrency is with a DCA strategy, dollar cost average, over time, small buys, and then down the road you'll have a pretty large amount, right? I tend to find that anytime that I think, hey, you know, I should get into this one, anytime I've ever done that in the past, it goes down later. And that's like, well, I could have just kept DCAing. So anyhow, that's just how I do it. You're free to do whatever you want. But overall for this week, I think we had a very solid week of news, lots of updates, and we'll see what next week has in store. So outside of that, wish me luck on the roller coasters tomorrow. Hopefully I survive and get you more videos next week. All right, so that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to hit the like button. Don't forget that I'm also on Twitter at KIR Finance, where you can find me tweeting and retweeting. Yes, that's me, the OG, not the other guy. He has been suspended. And outside of that, for a friendly reminder, this is Jesse with Keeping It Real Finance, channel that always has your back, tells it like it is, and will soon have a website. And I will see you on the next one. Later.